I know this one had to be painful for you.
Yeah, it was.
51-14 more about Baker Mayfield or Russell Wilson?
Skip, I don't want to take anything away from Baker. Baker made some big-time throws. They brought the blitz. He stood in there, made some big-time throws.
Did.
But this is Russ. You know, they say, oh, let Russ cook. Let Russ cook. They let Russ cook on Christmas, and he burned the goddamn on meal.
He did.
And everybody went hungry, thanks to Russ cooking. Skip, he had a 3.6 QBR. 3.6. Skip, I had forgot the game was on. So I turned to the game. Skip, they already down 17-0. I think, how? What happened? And then they put on the screen, Russ has 2 interceptions already. So now you're already against the 8 ball. Now, let me tell you something, Skip. That's my team. That's my franchise. I bleed blue and orange.
Yep.
But those guys weren't ready to play yesterday. Now, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now. That's new ownership. They didn't hire you. You was hired before they got there.
Yep.
They got a lot of money. They'll eat that money for a coach. Hey, Russ, you better get on your grind.
I'm wondering if the GM might also come into question.
Hey, Russ, you better get on your grind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You better make sure they know that this was a blip and not a trend, because they'll eat your money next year.
Well, it's looking trendy to me.
Hey, bro, this is bad.
Yep.
This is bad. Russell looks lost. Now, look, I'm not going to, because I think Nathaniel Hackett, Skip, maybe that he bit off a little bit more than he could chew. That was probably how we think we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, goes back to Green Bay.
Yep.
And you got a guy that's probably not quite ready to be a head coach.
Agreed.
But you are where you are. Skip, Russ looks bad. Ain't nowhere Skip. Russ looking so bad, he got teammates wanting to fight teammates. It's his damn fault.
Yep.
Y'all should have been shoving his ass to the ground. Don't push me. Y'all pushing me because he playing bad.
Well, Rippon was trying to get on the offensive line because Russ had just been sacked twice in a row.
Yeah.
And Rippon takes it out on a lineman who says no.
And Russ don't realize, like, boy, get out of here.
Yeah.
You see how bad he's staking it up?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I know you trying to defend your boy, but Russ is bad.
Yeah.
Ain't no way around it. It started from the opening day. It was like, well, it's going to take some time. How much time? You don't have a whole lot of time. This business, they don't let players, especially veteran players, you shouldn't let a veteran player, Skip. Rookies, they don't even let rookies get time no more. Skip, you could say, oh, he hit a couple of years. No. Because that clock starts ticking too quick. The $200 million paydays are coming.
Yep.
But Russ is bad. Baker played unbelievable yesterday. What did he have yesterday?
88,
24,
yep.
24, 28, 232 touchdowns. Skip, the Rams can't run the ball a lick. Cam Akers looking like ED. I'm like, well, damn, when did they sign ED back?
Eric Dickerson.
Yes.
Yep. Rambassador.
This was bad all the way. 51 points. Skip, Sean McVay is a great offensive mind.
He is.
But how the hell you diagram 51 points? Hell, you ain't scored 51 points when everything was clicking last year, and you had a healthy Cooper Kupp, and you had everything going according to plan. Playing Whitworth was there, and you had no injuries on the offensive line. You didn't get 51 points.
No.
This is bad. This is bad. I apologize, Bronco country. Y'all deserve better than this, and I hope it gets better next year, because if it doesn't get better, everything got to go. Let the hair go with the hide. My grandmother said, boy, let the hair go with the hide. Everything got to go. Coaches, players, everything. Because this is some bull jive.
And please, I don't want to hear one more time out of Russell Wilson's mouth. Bronco country, let's ride.
I want to hear that.
Just stop.
I played bad, but what you do, you pick yourself. But I ain't trying to. No. We're going to leave you down. Don't pick him up. This is bad. 3 interceptions, 2 in the first. He had 3 pass attempts, 2 of them was interception. No punts for the Rams.
No punts. Okay, I do feel your pain, and everything you said was dead on correct. And I'm glad that you, as a Hall of Fame Denver Bronco, made that statement to your franchise, because it needs to be made today. This is just flat out unacceptable.
Yeah.
That franchise is too important to that region, as you well know, for this to be happening, because this is the all-time embarrassment. Remember, you go in as a 3-point favorite on Christmas Day on a solo stage, but you were a 3-point favorite. It's because your defense has been ranked #1 much of the year. It went into the game 3rd in points allowed. So that's pretty legit.
Yes.
And Pro Football Focus grades your secondary as the best secondary in pro football. So I'm thinking Baker's up against it because that.
Right.
And you got a makeshift offensive line, and obviously there's no Cooper Kupp and there's no Allen Robinson, and you got some backup receivers playing. You still have your tight end, and that was the key to the game.
Right.
Higbee because Sean McVay said, okay, I don't know that our wideouts can beat their corners because it's hard to beat their corners. They're just too good. So right away, Baker started feeding the ball to, guess who, Tyler Higbee. And you know what happened? He just started going up and down the field.
Bryce Hopkins got into the mix.
Okay. So obviously, I have supported Baker, it seems like, for 30 years on this show, but at least for whatever it's been, 4 years. And the point is, he finally landed with a coach, a smart, clever coach, who believes in him and loves him and enjoys working with him and enjoys his temperament and Baker's football IQ, and they vibe. They click together, and you can't replace it. It's gold for both the coach and the quarterback if they actually click. Because a lot of times they don't. And Ben McAdoo is still calling plays down in Carolina, but most of the plays he's calling are these plays. You know, because those two backs are rolling.
They ran for what, 370?
Yeah, they had 240 at halftime. At halftime? Are you kidding? Remember, Baker's final start for the Carolina Panthers was at Baltimore in the cold and the wind. And he did throw a pass to Terrace Marshall that hit him right in the hands that would have made it 10-3 visiting team Carolina mid-third quarter. Would you believe that day they ran it 17 times to the Carolina Panthers for a grand total of 36 yards? And I'm looking yesterday at halftime, 240 at halftime. They have busted loose.
2 guys go over 100 yards.
Oh, wow. Okay. So now back to Baker and this click. So I'm reading the quotes from McVay after the game, and he was asked, has he been as good or better than you thought he would be? And he said, well, probably a lot better. He said, because I was always a fan of his. Okay, that's the first thing you need to know. I was always a fan. I think it was legitimate. And he raved about him. It was an incredible effort. He's been outstanding for us. Because remember, Baker, his 80, your guy, your quote-unquote guy, Russ, would you say he had a 3.6. 3.6. Baker had an 88 QBR, which led the whole NFL weekend. Led the whole weekend with an 88? Are you kidding me?
I mean, that 3.6, that's a good grade point average. But you don't want that if you're a quarterback.
You do not want that, especially when the other quarterback gets an 88. And remember, Baker had the sensational game on the Thursday night when he just landed 2 days before against the Raiders.
Maybe he likes playing in the AFC West.
Okay, well, he does because he likes playing with McVay because now he's had 2 of the better quarterback games of the year for Sean McVay. So McVay goes on talking about him, and he says, I just think Baker sees the field really well. For such a fiery competitor, he's got a nice, even-keeled demeanor in between series. He sees everything really well. We're able to have great communication. Or with Stefanski, they barely talked to each other. They didn't like each other. Stefanski, for whatever, he just wasn't his cup of Gatorade.
Well, I think the thing is, Skip, if Stefanski's offense, Skip, it's a run-first offense.
It just is.
Sean McVay is under that Kyle Shanahan, but he's a pass-first guy.
And remember, Stefanski, he was about the 4th coach Baker had in Cleveland, and he didn't, it was just clear, he didn't like Baker, and Baker didn't like him. See the T-shirt that Baker unfortunately had made up for the opener against Cleveland, right? Off the leash now, or whatever it was. God, stop. So now he's been on 3 teams, and he finally wound up with one that works for him. And with a bunch of backups, they did a 51-14 on the Denver Broncos as 3-point underdogs. That's off the charts. That is it's so wrong for you and so right for Sean McVay. It shows you Sean McVay is really good at what he does. He is legit.
I mean, all the guys can really call plays. But I think sometimes, Skip, you forget because the plays they call are so good and the guys are so wide open. I mean, Mike McDaniel can call plays. We're going to talk about Tua. Tua just dropped the bomb on the field. That was all that was. Guys were open. Guys are open in this offense. You look what Kyle Shanahan is doing with Purdy, Skip. They got people thinking Purdy like, could he be the answer? They got people. That's how Kyle is calling plays.
I agree. I agree.
Thinking that Purdy is going to be the answer.
But they do have a running game to take the pressure off the kid quarterback. And to your point, Cam Akers, he goes for, what was it, 118 yards?
Skip, they was trying to get rid of Cam Akers. Remember, they were trying to trade Cam Akers.
And he wanted out.
Yes.
And now look what happened. I don't know. That was because the Broncos didn't show up. They just didn't want to tackle. They just didn't feel like it.
I guess Santa didn't bring what they wanted for Christmas. They like, well, we ain't going to show you. You ain't bring us nothing.
We're not going to show up. Unbelievable.
Skip, I've never seen Russ play like this. But I saw it early on. They're like, but Shannon, get a man a chance. He's in a new situation, a yada, 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 where he got a new bank account.
I agree.
Bro, you got the 3.6.
3.6. So I'm going to show you only one throw by Baker Mayfield, and it's why Baker right now is the opposite of Tom Brady, because Baker will stand in and get hit in the mouth.
Yeah.
If it requires getting hit in the mouth,
I bet it's
the
just one to
second
Higbee.
touchdown pass. It is in the end zone, where he just gets ripped right in the face.
Oh, Brady ain't taking that shot.
No, he's not going to take it. He's going to dirt ball that. He's going to duck and cover.
Yeah.
Duck and cover. And Baker said, no, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And not only did he deliver, but he hit him right on the button. Right on the button. That's where you have to take the shot. And Brady at 45, obviously, and I'm not condemning Tom Brady for not taking the shot. He just knows I'm one shot away from my couch.
I'm going to say this one more time. Defenders, if you go zero coverage, do not let the offensive player cross your face.
Yep. Well, there you go. Because that's what happens.
We're taught, Skip, get across his face.
Absolutely.
As a defender, you should be taught, don't let him across your face.
Well,
that's the easiest throw.
Well, especially when you're in the
zero, you
big
back up.
blitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's coming.
Yes.
And you have to step inside or
Yes.
you're going to lose. Yep. Man.
They lost, and they lost big, guys. It was the worst offensive performance out of any team this season so far.
Well, we got a bunch of those.
Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Bronco country.
Oh, God.
I am.
Hopefully things will turn around for you next season, Shannon. I know it's hard to watch. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.